Greetings, programs! Welcome back to CK2, and we did leave things in a bit of a mess, didn't we? Yes. Now, first off, I'm going to give a little apology for the gap since the last video. I know there's been a couple of people asking. It's mostly been because my arm's been bothersome recently, and these videos always take a little while to record and edit. But also, other stuff's just been getting in the way as well. I'd actually hoped to record on either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, and instead I ended up feeling rather sick, unfortunately, and having a bad bout of insomnia. So, yes. But here we are. Here we are. So, the thing is, having managed to inadvertently, I was going to fight it out. I was going to fight out this this civil war, and then I clicked the wrong thing. But the thing is, I might not necessarily need to do anything at all, because both crowns have tanistry succession. We can have a little click there, and I can see it's Mace McJedi, who is the Duke of Munster. He is also the nominated heir to Alba. So, in theory, I just have to sit on my hands and wait, and the crowns will unite by themselves. I could also press it as a war once I've stood down these troops. But the thing is, although I am ahead of Alba on troop numbers, it's only about 3,000 men difference, and I am also still technically in another war. I'm still supposed to be helping Denmark out against the Company of the Hat, but as you can see, the Company of the Hat is in fact winning. I think they're going to take some of these provinces. That's going to be hilarious. It says the war for Sweden, so it might be kind of like these provinces here become the Company of the Hat, and that'll be a step up from that period of time when they were, of course, ruling over Venice. Let's have a quick look around the rest of the map actually before we do anything else. So you can see Byzantium's doing very well. Carpathia's looking reasonably healthy at the moment. The Ilkhanate down here actually have the biggest army in the world at the moment, and you wouldn't think of it looking at their land size, but if you look in the ledger, yeah, no, they're right at the top of the list. So you've also got Jerusalem back in Muslim hands at the moment. Pisa's looking reasonably healthy otherwise, though. Portugal's doing okay in Iberia. Castile's actually looking a bit squeezed. Navarra's doing surprisingly well. Navarra doesn't often manage to expand at all. I mean, it's not particularly huge, but there might have been a few inheritances even involved with that. And France just completely still looks like a total dog's breakfast. Poor France, look at that. That is the goriest of border gore right there. So, yeah. In the meantime, what could we do? Well, do I actually have any claims on England? Oh, okay. Queen Effa now favours me as the heir to Kingdom of Alba. That would simplify things even more. I don't have a vote in the Tanistry succession, but as Queen, her votes count extra. And also, that's a car alarm going off in the background. I don't know if it picks that up. Oh, was I plotting to kill Queen Effa? That actually might now... It's a bit mean, but honestly, that might not be the worst plan. That might not be the worst plan. If I'm the favoured successor... I'm still not, though. It's still Mace. We might actually... Well, you know what? We'll cancel that plot for now. But if it comes to it, if I become the nominated successor... Well, actually, what we'll do is we'll... how do I do this? I know how to do this in the newer version. There we go. We can click that button. I'll click her as a character of special interest, and then we can see events that pertain to Alba, as well as, of course, Scotland too, as it is at the moment. Also click away that, because we're not going to create the Duchy of Meath just now. We have an unlanded son, but that's not important. Why can we... He's trying to kill somebody, but that's fine. That's a minor character. 2 weak claims. Okay, so, yeah, England. England is maybe where we could turn our attention, because once again, there's an English civil war. This time it's being led by the Duke of Cornwall, trying to put somebody on the throne. Now, who is Earl Senwolf? Can we find that out? Because, if we can... There we go, Senwolf of Suffolk. And this is an Anglo-Saxon of Bamborough. Mind you, they're all Anglo-Saxon. I don't know why I'm picking that up particularly, but it's not a caption guy, so... If they lose the war, Captain Guy might lose the throne even again. However, we can actually get some idea of how that's going. 71% in favour of Duke Harold of Cornwall, actually. I think House Captain Guy seems to be on the ropes there. So, I've actually got He's fabricating a claim. Can I... no. We need to get... Right, we need to stand down these raised levies. That also includes my retinue, so they're fine. And make sure they've all got generals, actually. That's quite important. So, I don't think we actually have... No. We can't declare war on any of these people. Which is a pity. Because it'd be nice to do that. This might actually be one of those episodes, and it'd be the first one in a while, where I just skip ahead by quite a lot until something actually happens. There's various internal civil wars going on at the moment. We do actually have a faction for 2 lower crown authority factions, in fact, so we've got to be careful of those. But we also have the opportunity to increase our crown authority laws. Now we could go from high to maximum for Scotland too, and in Wales we can go from low to medium, and I think we actually might do that in Wales, because if there's a civil war in Wales, in theory that'll be a lot easier to deal with. Or, well, Scotland, as I've named it. There's not enough W's or T's in that, but still, it's got lots of L's, so it's almost Welsh sounding, almost. So we're going to try and put that through. It may or may not go through. Sometimes they just don't. King Edinfed is not the most popular guy in the realm. Why am I looking at allies? Vassals, there we go. We've got a couple, especially the Duke of Gwynedd, who really don't like me that much. Most of the barons and earls that are under me are okay, but anyway. Anyway, an event has popped up. We can bless the land, basically, and we get -8 local revolt risk, so we might as well. It's an easy lowering of revolt risk. I don't think we've got particularly high revolt risk on any of these provinces. That's just the kind of usual low level in a couple of places, but otherwise fine. I think this might just be a time when I recuperate my forces. So actually what we might want to do, what produces the most troops? Can't actually tell right now. It possibly isn't even Bamborough, which can provide a maximum levy. Is that the maximum levy? I can't tell. I can't remember how you see a maximum levy. Oh, there we go. We mouse over it. Yeah, 978. Cumberland can give 811 and Dublin can give 803. So it is Bamborough. So we'll actually, or the capital of Northumberland, as it were. Yeah, the county holding, the primary holding is Bamborough. We will actually dispatch our marshal there, if I can remember the right place to click. And he's currently in Insigol to train troops, which was probably, yeah, it's actually interesting that they haven't moved at all. Anyway, we should probably put them in what is our current capital, Bamborough. So we'll unpause. We'll see if anything of interest happens. And actually, I'm so used to, because this is the older version, I play the newer version in between. And of course, you can just right click and it all comes in a nice little pop out menu and you can just click the thing you want, but you can't do that in this older version. That was a very nice little UI change. And it's funny sometimes the little things that do make a big quality of life improvement. Anyway, we'll send, this is my granddaughter, we'll send her to a fake Scottish character and hope that she will become fake Scottish herself. How about Kane? Here we go, he's fake Scottish. Yeah, I should just take this opportunity to point out, I'm trying out a different recording method today, which may or may not eliminate the frame rate issues that there has been previously. So we'll see if that works out. I really hope that it does. And it's not the usual, it's actually screen recording versus client recording, and I did a test record when I was just playing the game, but it was the sort of current version of CK2, and that also might make a difference. So we'll see how that works out. We'll know by the time I get to the stage of actually editing things. So yeah, it looks like there's not a lot happening right now. We're just letting troops recuperate, and there's also various internal rumblings going on at the moment with my various vassals. But nothing too drastic, although we've actually got the County of Argyll, which is held by the Duke of Leinster. That's actually being attacked by the Albanian the Albanian forces. Yeah, the Duke of well, actually, it's not even the Duke of it's Lothian. It's Lothian. It's not the Duke of Albany at all. Anyway, so yeah, we'll fast forward here, and hopefully a thing will happen. Hopefully. If not, we're just waiting around for somebody to die. Okay, so we haven't jumped on too far, but this message popped up, and, well, I'm a little bit sad. Apparently Denmark was able to sufficiently fight back to beat the Company of the Hat to a standstill, essentially. So it's just kind of ended in a nothing. It's a white piece, unfortunately. Also, Etha McJedi has become the Baroness of Dagobah. I can't even remember where that was. There we go, the Barony of Dagobah. Whoever was there obviously died, and she inherited as the liege. So, not a lot has happened otherwise. I'm still trying to get Crown Authority laws through in Wales. I've thrown a little bit of cash about, but it's not made that much difference. No. Trying to bribe people to vote the way you want them to is for Crown Authority laws is kind of difficult if they don't like you already. However, Queen Effa actually managed to get through medium Crown Authority in Alba, so that's going to be useful for whoever inherits. Also, this message has just popped up. He wants me to come and fight against a... Well, it must be going badly if he's losing, if he's having trouble against a... No, he's actually quite decisively winning against this particular count. There is a bit of a civil war going on in France at the moment, so we might as well accept. We could maybe send troops over. How many boats have I got? I need, let's see, 40 ships? I sound so sure about that. Oh, there's half of them are on the wrong side of the country. Right, we'll raise those ships. Oh, that's not quite enough, is it? How many ships can I get from Dublin? No, 17. Oh, so I'd have to have all the fleets raised, which is actually really nice. So I'll actually stand down that fleet while I bring that fleet around, and maybe I'll raise the Bishop of Durham's fleets as well. I do keep forgetting that I can do that. I can raise vassal fleet levies, and of course it's then paid for by the vassals, but that of course then makes them like you less. Right, no, he doesn't like me enough to let me raise any troops at all, apparently. Where will let me raise ships? Duke of Deheubarth, maybe? There we go, 13 ships. Plus 17, that's going to be however many that is. I've got some of my own ships raised, actually, so we'll maybe just try and get the rest. Okay, there we go, 20 ships. Also, the Duke of Leinster he lost part of his... that's part of his de jure duchy area, so presumably at some point he'll attack the Duke of Munster to get that back. But hopefully the Duke of Munster doesn't die in the process, because of course the Duke of Munster is currently the heir to both Alba and Scotland too, so he's the hope of reuniting the crowns, basically. Anyway, apparently I'm going to fall in love with my wife, which is actually quite useful. You can get rid of being stressed or depressed through various events that pop up. Anyway, we'll get those ships in there. So I've only got one fleet of my own raised at the moment. I don't have to send troops over to fight in France, but I'm going to anyway. I'm just going to send my retinue just because it's something to do while we're waiting. So that is more ships than I need, really, but only slightly more. So I'll send these guys down to France. And because it's my retinue I'm sending only, it's not costing me anything in terms of troop maintenance, although it will if... oh dear. I didn't fed the fat. Well, he does have the gluttonous trait, I suppose. So, my nephew, Jedi McJedi. Oh no, he's not Jedi McJedi, he's Jedi McGilpatrick. He's obviously come down through... He's... oh, he's a son of Queen Effa, but he's actually in my court. Anyway, yes, he wants to go and join the Knights of Santiago. So you know what? Why not? I actually get 100 piety out of that, which is really nice. And this is the advantage of a big family. It can have disadvantages, but if somebody wants to go off and join a holy order, for instance, it doesn't necessarily screw you as if you've got a small family and your only son and heir wants to go off and join the knights, and suddenly you've got, oh look, it's like a minus 100 piety or whatever. So yeah, but you don't want to do that if they're your heir, because that then puts them outside the line of succession, essentially. Right. Well, the Company of the Hat is... I could actually maybe... well, there's actually some fairly big mercenary companies going at the moment. Those three are like 12k troops each, just about. We don't have anything like the cash. I'm just, you know, if it came to a war where I absolutely needed more troops, I'm just having a quick look there, but I doubt it. I'd really like to get a claim at some point, a further claim down here, because I could probably take England right now. If England's losing to Cornwall, which is like Cornwall and a couple of counties, basically, then yeah, that doesn't bode well for them to be able to defend against me in the meantime. It's also kind of annoying because Cornwall's still considered part of the du jour, part of the realm of Scotland, so they get voting rights on things like crown laws, so they're part of the reason why I can't get higher crown authority. But it's not just them, I'm the only one voting for higher crown authority, and I've tried bribing people, it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked at all. So they don't want to vote for me for some reason to have higher crown authority. They don't like me enough so far. This war down here is actually almost done. Oh, there are actually two wars going on. I've actually been called into both of them. He was winning one of them, but he's actually losing against let's see, the Duke of Champagne. So that's this duchy here. In fact, I think I'm sieging the lands of the Duke of Champagne right now. In fact, yes. But hopefully this little diversion isn't going to... I mean, we do have a couple of these factions are still going strong, but there's minimal, there's like not minimal, but there's low crown authority in Scotland already, and this guy, the Duke of Deheubarth, wants it. No, Duke of Gwynedd either wants it even lower. He wants it to be completely rock bottom, where the vassals can just run around and do whatever the hell they please. Anyway, oh, the Golden Horde has appeared. I think we've had a couple of Horde messages pop up actually, haven't we? I wonder where they're appearing. I did have an idea relating to Hordes, and in March we're going to come up on what is, I think, the 2-year anniversary of this series. Can you believe it's been going that long? And I've not done that many episodes considering the length of time. But hey, this series has always followed its own pace. That's my excuse anyway. But yeah, 2 years. But I've got a particular idea for what we might do at 2 years. And it will stand apart from the regular series. And it will actually kind of harken back to the very early days of the series. So, yeah. Oh, also, Count... Who's he? Count of... Okay, so there's some people are voting for me as the... Well, actually, just check. As the successor. If I can directly... Aha! I can directly. I am now directly the successor, even, of Alba. So this is the time. This is the time to reignite the plot. Which... Intrigue screen. There we go. This is the time to reignite our plot to kill the Queen. Which is a bit, you know... The big Jedi's turning on each other, but this is by far the safest way to get the crowns back together, essentially, because we could just give it enough time. We won't invite him to the plot. He's honest. He's probably not somebody we want on board. Bishop of Iona, we'll invite him. I'm trying to handpick. I'm convinced the traits actually affect it, but I might be wrong. The Bishop of Elgin. We'll get him. Who else can we have on board? Is there anyone that gives me lots and lots of plot power? Ooh. For just a unnamed courtier, not an unnamed, but you know, an unhoused, just a commoner. She gets 20% plot power. So she's definitely worth hanging on. Well, there's a guy there with 47% plot power, but presumably he's 100% plot power. Well, he is the spy master. If you can get good people like that on board that won't blab. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's nothing to do with traits like honest. Maybe it's literally just RNG as to whether you get the message popping up that somebody blabbed and, you know, has revealed the whole thing. Right, there's a couple more we could have. I guess the Mayor of Dingwall, why not? He's only 5%. And I think we're going to skip on the Mayor of Stornoway. Baron of... no, yes, they're both honest, so we won't invite them. Anyway, that is a bunch of people we've invited to the plot. And it should pop up to, I don't know, over 100, I hope. In fact, it should be easily over 100. I'm 50% plot power all by myself. And there's easily enough there to take us to over 100. That one guy was over 20 just all on their own, so that's fine. We can also, I think, if you send your spy master... Now, I can't remember which one it is. It might not be possible. I'm certain, I'm convinced there's a thing you can click where you send your spy master and it gives you more plot power, but that might be in later versions of the game. I'm not seeing it in the pop-ups here. No. Okay. Anyway, that plot is now back in full swing because we are the direct heirs. And if I can get that to happen, because Adinfed is now 51, probably not the healthiest guy due to his gluttonous lifestyle, so the more people, I mean, the quicker we can make this happen, basically, the better. Meanwhile, we're just sieging down here in France. It's not really particularly an important fight or whatever, but you know, it keeps the troops in shape. It keeps the troops in tip-top condition. Well, that's my excuse. It's just something to do, really. Be kind of cool if you could get experience for units in this game, if there was some kind of mechanism for that, but there isn't at all. Oh, lower crown authority in Scotland. How? Wait, there's like one. Okay, he pulled in both the Welsh dukes now want lower crown authority, and they can muster almost as much manpower as I can, which is not a lot off the bat of my own holding. So, oh, here we go. Right, the plot. Okay, the plot is in go. It's in go. It's in play. The word is go. Sometimes I get several different phrases that I'm just like, which do I say? And then the words all just kind of jumble together in my head, and it all comes out sounding like nonsense. That's my excuse a lot of the time. My co-conspirator, Bishop Iolo of Rosemarkie, has let me know that Queen Effa will die by poisoned wine at an upcoming banquet. Okay. And this, if it goes according to plan, which it should do... oh god, they want lower crown authority in Scotland, which it's already pretty damn low. It's already low crown authority. They want it to be minimal crown authority. It's going to be my Welsh dukes rising up against me, basically. I will not be blackmailed. Right, we're going to go with that, which is going to cause a civil war. So you know what, screw. Sorry, France, you're on your own for this one. We've got to get the troops together. So, that's cost me about 1,000 troops in terms of vassals, but we'll get everyone together in... Now, this was a newer version of the game. There's actually a sea crossing from Leinster to Diffed, but there isn't. There isn't. Again, if only. So we're going to have to march them overland, basically. So we'll group everyone up, I guess, in Cumberland. We'll get the troops back to Cumberland. And I actually lost a couple of boats there. Oh, it's annoying. If I actually raise up the troops, because I'd raised up some Welsh ships, that's why. But between my retinue and between all my remaining troops, I should be able to do this. But that's like, I'm trying to get out of low crown authority, and they're trying to drag me back down to minimal crown authority, and that will not do. That will not do. So who can I bring in? Denmark? France? We actually won that siege. Well, there you go. I made a contribution to that particular fight. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know who can we call in. That's. I mean, we could call in Queen Effa. Let's try and call in the Danes. I'm just trying to, you know, if a couple more Danes come over and die in this particular war, then that's all good, because I do want to attack Denmark again. So I'm like, yes. There we go, Queen Effa. I'm sorry, Queen Effa. I'm sorry. It was a bit mean. It was a bit mean, but it was for the good of the realm. It was for the good of the realm. Anyway, we actually have one more than we can really cope with at the moment. We'll also just quickly check. Right, we're gonna make Alba the primary title again. So there we go. Although the capital has now moved down here, so we're going to have to deliberately move the capital back up to Stornoway. We might actually now have more troops to raise. We do, so that's fine. In fact, that's really useful that I have now more troops to raise. And there's a couple more vassal troops I can raise, but not that many. Yeah, but what I was going to check, yes, I was going to check who loves me and who hates me. We'll have to keep a close eye on factions. Low Crown Authority in Scotland too. So that one's still rumbling along. But there we go. We're back to the blue. Well, it still says Scotland 2 there for some reason, even though I don't know. It'll catch up eventually if I scroll in and out again. Nope. There's a weird bug with the latest version of CK2, where for some reason the names that display on the map might be not the name of wherever it is that you're actually, whichever actual nation it is, or whichever kingdom it is, and it's kind of weird. So you'll have like the Holy Roman Empire, except it'll have the name of like a county that's there, and it is just literally a visual bug. It doesn't affect the game outside of that. But it's just slightly odd. Anyway, there's a couple of thousand troops in Leinster. But we're still 0% war score, so it's fine. Dehubath can apparently muster 60 ships. It's not bad for a single duchy. It would be really nice to bring Cornwall into the fold as well, but I suspect, I mean, win or lose that civil war, that's not an independence war. That's putting someone on the crown war. So it's not gonna happen except by conquest probably, because they are de jure part of Wales. So I could probably, if I wasn't, if I didn't have troops raised, I could just declare war on Cornwall and take Cornwall. Right. So we can put that fleet to bed, which should help my balance out a bit. I mean, I could assign that barony to somebody basically, and that would bring me back to the domestic size limit. But the next guy has better stewardship skills, so he can probably handle 7. So we might as well hang on to it for now. Anyway, a famous herald well versed in the diplomatic protocol has arrived at our court. He's proposing his services to us, and our chamberlain is saying we can make good use of this man. So I can get a new diplomat, or do I need another? I've got a really good chancellor. A really good chancellor. So we're going to say no. We're going to lose 5 prestige, which I think we can afford to do. So look at this. This reuniting of the crowns has happened at exactly the right moment. It could not have come at a more fortuitous time, because we've now gotten quite a big army together. We now have the full resources of the 3 kingdoms to punish these rebellious Welsh dukes who just will not accept the rightful order of things. So anyway, we're going to beat up this army. And we've got some pretty good generals. Actually, we could probably have a better general there. we go. Count of Ormond. Oh wait, he was already there. Duke of Albany. There we go. So we've got some very good generals commanding, and we can easily take out the Welsh. Oh, he claims he would be a better. He probably would actually. 18's pretty damn good. We'll actually have a quick check. Spy Master. No. We'll keep. We don't. Well, actually, the Duke of Leinster being my spy master and not liking me very much is not necessarily a good thing. Can we make him? No, we don't have any honorary titles. Can we sprinkle some money on him? We're going to do that. Because if you have a spy master that doesn't like you, somebody invites them to a plot, that's really bad. You want your spy master to like you. Anyway, let's send them down into Westmoreland. We're probably not going to intercept these troops. Oh, no, there we go. So we're fighting on English soil. Although technically this is English soil still. But anyway, we should easily win this fight. Quite easily. Also click some of these messages away. Oh, successor nomination. Apparently I... Oh, there we go. Nice easy victory. We'll just still nominate... the Duke of Munster, because, you know, he seems reasonably capable. Just, you'd think these guys being out of it, you'd think that would mean I'd need less votes to pass the Crown Authority, but no. Anyway, as the enemy scurries away from the battlefield like frightened rabbits, you wipe the sweat off your brow and watch in silence. Am I even that? No, Marshal 5. This is kind of fairly average. It was a hard-fought melee and you were in the thick of it, personally leading your men to victory. Not only have you won the battle, but a great deal of respect. So that's just 100 prestige. Very nice. There's actually a mod somebody, one of my friends that plays this game, pointed me towards called, was it Hoonies, Rebels and Warmongers, which you can find in the Steam Workshop, which adds a whole layer of personal combat to the game, basically, if you choose like the duelist trait in particular. There's a whole thing there about like fighting other people on the battlefield if you've got your king personally leading troops, and it can be quite exciting actually, and almost a bit unnerving because you end up with you might have a really good character, but it can be complete dice rolls to whether they live or die on the battlefield. But as they win fights on the battlefield, they actually get better at it essentially. So you can end up with somebody that is very, very good at a particular kind of weapon, because it's not just one type of weapon either. You can be good at, I think, sword and shield, spears, bow and arrow, and there might be something else as well. But as you get better at it, it kind of upgrades your rank. But that also has good effects for your other martial abilities as well. But it's so easy just to lose kings on the battlefield, and if you're starting off with a custom character, it's actually better to not have them lead troops, because if they die very early on when you have no heirs, that's it, game over. So a bunch of tanistry votes, but that's fine. I'm losing a slight amount of cash, but I mean, we just beat this army. That gets me a good bit of war score. We've already thoroughly beaten the army of the Duke of Deheubarth. So if we can take out the Duke of Gwynedd as well, we can just cut his army off at the knees. Oh, just stop running away. None of this running away nonsense. Stand and fight like men. I know you're horribly, horribly outnumbered, and fighting would just be suicidally foolish. But stand and fight like men, you cowards. Come here and let me beat you with my overwhelming numbers. Yeah, you never want a fair fight if possible in this game. You want it to be as grossly unfair as possible. That's probably just true of fighting. Just in general, I'm pretty sure Confucius probably said something along those lines. Anyway, right, they're just completely thrashed, so that means I just need to lay some sieges at this point. Let's see, that's the Duke of Dumfries has taken it on himself to, well, the Grand Mayor of Dumfries, we'll actually have a quick look at the Republic Trade Zone map, has taken it on himself to send some troops down, so that's fine. So, Pisa just, oh, hello, completely, Longobardia, wait, what? Where's Longobardia? Oh, this is, okay, interesting. The Byzantine Emperor has set up, is this Apulia? The Duchy of Apulia? It can be under the Italian culture, yeah, but he set up Italian Orthodox And kind of, I suppose they're supposed to be rivals to Pisa, but honestly, they're not really rivals to Pisa at all. Look at that. They've got 2 trade zone provinces. Pisa's got quite a big chunk of the Mediterranean under their trade control. But Dumfries is actually doing all right, although it's mostly Irish sea trade. Gotland's also going gangbusters in the Baltic, so they've got to be bringing Denmark in a bit of money. Although, still, there's the weird thing of the Republic of Gotland isn't actually in Gotland, which is just slightly weird. They've got Gotland, but not, you know, Gotland. I still can't figure out where the actual, is it there? No, that's owned by him. That land is all owned by him, but that's not wherever the capital, for some reason, is still. You click on it and it takes you here. That's weird. That's the game having a little funny because it can't quite decide where they're supposed to be. Anyway, we can actually speed this up, I think, quite a lot, which might affect the game's frame rate a bit. Oh, also, my work in Westmoreland has come to fruition. That's fine. I get a claim on Westmoreland. So we might immediately be able to launch out of this war into taking Westmoreland, which would be nice. So we can recall the Chancellor. My nephew, who is already a court chaplain, well, I can say I mentioned a church career because he's already got a church career. He's a court chaplain. He doesn't like me that much, and now he likes me even less because I said, nope, you can't have some land. But anyway, right. That's the Danes are actually. This is quite handy having the Danes here. This is just speeding up sieges basically, quite a lot. So yeah, although we're actually getting quite a lot of attrition. Oh, they've actually attached their army to my army. That's why we're getting quite a lot of attrition. So we could probably assault, but I don't think we want to because honestly. I think if we take Westmoreland, which is a single county, it's a duchy that's holds a single county at the moment, the Duchy of Lancaster. That's the normal entirety of the Duchy of Lancaster. So that gives me some nice de jure claims. Actually, no, it won't, because I won't be able to get the Duchy of Lancaster. I think the title will just lapse, won't it? But I'll at least have, you know, a bit more of England, basically. So that will be nice. Having also, you know, reunited the crowns, which happened in a pleasingly short time. I'll also be able to grab a bit more land. Oh, hello, my money just jumps down to 0. I'm sure I had more money than... I don't know. Anyway. Screw it, in which case we will assault this and just get the war score up as quick as we can. Because, honestly, the sooner we can get this war over, the better. After a long search, you find the fabled warrior you'd been looking for at the local inn. Do I have improved martial? Yes, I do. Reeking of spirits, the old man is soundly asleep under a table. His sword is of an unfamiliar make, and the man's appearance certainly betrays his eastern origins. But could this really be the legendary fighter you seek? The innkeeper will not let him leave until someone pays his bill. 50 gold, though. Screw it. I want more martial. More martial will be useful, but it just put me a little bit in the red. As the old man struggles to recover from his hangover, you explain in a quiet voice your quest to improve your martial ability. You ask if he'd teach you. He breaks into laughter and winces from the headache this produces. Then it dawns on him that you aren't joking. Well then, very well then, Edinfred San. Really? Really, Paradox? Really? Okay. I promise teach, you promise learn, I say you do, no questions. You have a deal. Okay, I just want to see what this brings up, actually, this event chain. I don't think I've had this one before. But really, okay, he's all the way from the east, sure, Japan. He's come all the way from Japan to Scotland. That's totally, yep, absolutely. Oh, Paradox. Oh, you. Anyway, occasionally things pop up that do betray that yeah, they have a little bit of a sense of humour, just a little bit. I have still been trying to get into either the Stellaris beta or the Hearts of Iron 4 beta. I don't think Stellaris is even that far advanced that they have beta testers yet, you know, outside of their internal testing. But Hearts of Iron 4 they certainly have, and it would be nice. But so far I've not heard anything back. Master of Orion, though, Wargaming's own foray into the space strategy genre. Account of the Isle of Man. Sure, why not? Yeah, I actually, along with a couple of the other community contributors, including Jingles and I think Oak is on board. Right, okay, yes! Surrender, there we go. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who have signed up for it, basically, so you can expect to see some Master of Orion stuff sooner rather than later. I don't have that much information on the game in terms of... wow, I'm way over my retinue cap usage, but I actually got... I picked up, because of course the Queen had herself produced some retinues, and I have my own retinues. But anyway. But yeah, we together, I actually now have a much bigger retinue than I retinue of 5,000. So actually, having split the crowns, I've picked up an extra 1,000 retinue. So my standing army has increased even more. Anyway, but yeah, Master of Orion, that'll happen at some point quite soon. So stay tuned for that. The old warrior from the east has settled down in your castle, and your training is proceeding well. One day as you walk into his room, you see the man trying to catch a fly with a pair of small wooden sticks he insists on using whenever he eats. You inquire why, and he asks, man who catch fly with chopstick accomplish anything? So that's +1 martial. Okay. I think we'll just follow through this event chain, and we actually might just declare war on Westmoreland while we're doing it. Although we will quickly check. Wow, that's even more... Let's see, Kent has now risen up, so that's turned back against Cornwall, so it's a good time for me to attack, basically. That war doesn't look like it's going to imminently end based on the war score. But yeah, we'll stick through, we'll declare war on Westmoreland, we'll grab this one little bit of land, and we'll follow these events through this event chain, because it's quite amusing me. We'll also back in quite a healthy balance, and it'll be even healthier once my my retinue's finished. So we'll just check. He's got a couple, let's see, York, Wessex. He's got a couple of allies that might come in, but we're going to go for it anyway. Yes, it's just giving you the warning messages that they're currently revolting, and if the revolt ends, of course, you then just kind of lose the war, or the war just kind of pieces out by default. But if I actually raise, just to get the siege to go a bit faster, I'm going to raise my my Cumbrian troops, or my Northumbrian troops, and we're going to have a go at this. And hopefully we can get this war done fast enough that it all happened before the revolt is over. You take a boat trip with your old warrior teacher on a nearby lake. As he fishes, you stand up in the boat and practice the moves he has taught you. When am I going to learn how to punch, you ask? The man rocks the boat and you lose your footing, falling into the water. You resurface to his roaring laughter. Learn how punch after you learn how keep dry. You all wet behind ear. This might be referring to a certain film, or maybe they're just going for referencing a certain genre of films. But either way, it's a little bit silly, just a little bit. And honestly, I don't think I've ever had this particular event chain before. Like I said, even after all these hours of play, you still get things like, oh, what's her face, Maud of wherever it was. And, you know, who was basically Joan of Arc, except, you know, Scottish. And we've now got this event show, which I've never encountered before. So even after hundreds of hours, the game still can do new things. And I just love that about Paradox games. It happens more in CK2 than EU4, though. But even so, EU4 still kind of does surprise from time to time. Anyway, okay, another one. As dusk falls after an intense day of sparring, you watch the setting sun from the castle ramparts together with your warrior mentor. I teach you many things, Edinfed-san, your mentor says, but most important, I should be doing a really racist accent for this, shouldn't I? But I'm not going to. Because it would sound horrible and everyone would facepalm. But I know it's the done thing, but I'm not going to. Most important lesson in the fight is no get hit. The next morning, your training concluded. The old warriors departed from your castle. No one saw him leave. So that's 15 prestige and another +2 martial. So I got 4 martial out of that in total, and that takes me to 9, which is really nice. Right, so we'll actually probably release these particular dukes. We can also pick a new ambition, which we might want to improve stewardship, although that might involve stewardship over learning, and we've either got stewardship or learning available, and stewardship's 2, but it might cost me some money. In fact, it almost will certainly cost me some money. Right, we've got in prison at the moment. We could ransom them both, actually. So 145 gold, and he can't actually afford 145 gold. The Duke of Dehubarth. Maybe we just let him go. At which point he likes me even more, and maybe we'll. Oh, there we go. We now have medium crown authority in. Wait, didn't I? Oh, there we go. Yes, it just took a little while for that message to pop up. So that was a nice little cash injection. Didn't make him like me anymore though. But he already didn't like me. So where am I looking? So if I look at vassals, there's a couple that particularly dislike me. Moray, Gwyneth still doesn't like me very much, but we've actually improved our standing across the board. So we also now have at least medium crown authority in all of our kingdoms and high crown authority in Scotland too, so that's nice. And we could push it a bit and try for high crown authority, but that might be a bit I don't know, that might be pushing it a bit, but at least vassals can't declare war against each other within those crown areas. I think they could still maybe do it outside of those crown areas, but I don't know. Anyway, we can also reassign these people back up to the Western Isles, in fact. So I could start off another, making another claim. Should we just assault the holding? I don't know. I'm getting a bit leery about how long this is taking, because this guy obviously revolting against his liege. Should we try it? And if it all goes horribly wrong, then we might need to raise the rest of my levies. Oh, yeah, we might need to. Meloria McJedi is now of legal age. Okay, we'll get her married to somebody. She's my kinswoman. Doesn't really tell me who or where or whatever. How do you want to be married to the Polish Duke of Silesia? I don't think there's. I think that's about as good as it gets. Or the Duke of Cornwall, actually. It doesn't get me an alliance, but you know, if we can get some closer ties with Cornwall, that'd be nice. I do want to bring Cornwall into... Well, I want to bring the entirety of England into the realm at some point. That might be a while. Right, we're actually going to win this. We're not going to run out of troops first, so there we go. We've got now 38% war score. Pretty sure they just have... Yeah, just Westmoreland. So maybe I want to raise... Actually... So we'll just keep sieging, but we'll let those troops get down there first. We'll actually put the speed up by 1 as well. Oh, hello. I meant to do that. That's the disadvantage of that's the disadvantage of screen recording. I accidentally hit the Windows hotkey, and of course now we're screen recording rather than client recording. Client recording I would have not done anything. You wouldn't have seen that, but of course screen recording you do see that. But hopefully it makes the recording less juddery overall. Anyway, this guy claims he'd be a better steward, and turns out he would be a better steward. Although the current steward's also the tannist. But he likes me. It's a plus 100, so we'll actually go with that. And better steward means more cash. More cash is very nice. So, yeah, no, that was totally professional. I think that's actually literally the... Oh, first time that's happened. They actually had sent a surrender message, so you know what, we'll take it. There we go. So that's fine. We can stand on those troops. Stand on those troops. Don't need them. We'll actually march them... Well, just leave them in Northumberland. So, we'll assign this county. We don't want to hold on to Westmoreland myself. So we'll find a suitable person to assign this county to. And at that point, we will... he's fake Scottish, he'll do. Mace of St. Kentigern. So we'll award landed title, and this is Westmoreland. County of Westmoreland, there we go. And maybe that will turn fake Scottish, maybe it won't. We actually don't have really... We've got one fake Scottish province, in fact, in the entirety of the 3 kingdoms. So not a lot of places have flipped to be fake Scottish. That's still Norwegian. But culture flipping is entirely RNG, and I actually don't know how you can improve the chances of culture flipping in this game. There might be ways of doing it, but anyway. Right, who... Oh, right, he's the Isle of Man is currently the... Okay. And you're not... It's gone very messy. How are you not... Can I transfer vassalage? Surely I can put the Count of Caithness under... There we go. That's one way of improving people's opinion, is to make sure things are correctly. And Ormond should be under Thingamy. Except he was mean and took Ossory off things. So I'm actually gonna off Count of Leinster. So I'm actually gonna give that. I'm gonna put the Count of Ormond under the Duke of Leinster. So there we go. So take that, rebellious vassals, messing up the borders. I'm gonna mess up your borders even more, or something. I don't know. Are there any others I can assign to? No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so there we go. This was actually a really good, successful episode. Not only did I conquer a bit more land off of England, but I reunited the crowns in a very short time indeed. I beat the Welsh in a civil war, even though one of them is actually also of House McJedi. But yeah, we brought the Welsh into line, and it's actually all looking really good now. So I think next episode we'll probably continue to try and chip away at England. I don't think we have any direct claims that we can press for other places, but maybe we can try and press claims for people in our court. I don't know, but that'll be for next time. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, and hopefully it all worked out, and hopefully you didn't mind too much of that minor derb with pressing the Windows menu key. And if you have, you can hit the like button. You can leave any comments or suggestions below. You can, of course, go check out the other videos. If you haven't seen any of my other TK2 videos, I highly recommend it. And as always, stay tuned for more.